Hello, my dear students. I hope all of you are staying safe at your homes and doing well, also taking necessary precautions to save from this pandemic. Let's start our today's topic, which is cultivation and collection of drugs of natural origin. Cultivation of drugs. Many countries in the world have a rich heritage of herbal drugs, but not many of them can claim for their obtainance or acquisition from the cultivated species. Our reliance on wild sources of crude drugs and also the lack of information of cultivation technology have resulted in the gradual depletion of raw material from wild sources. Recently, it has been seen that some of these drugs have been subjected to systematic cultivation based upon modern scientific information. Also, cultivation of drugs requires intensive care and management, therefore, not many countries go for this method. There are certain advantages of cultivation over the conventional methods. First, it ensures the quality and purity of medicinal plants. Second, collection of crude drugs or cultivation of crude drugs gives a better yield and therapeutic quality of the drug. Cultivation also ensures a regular supply of the crude drug. The cultivation of medicinal and aromatic plants also lead to industrialization to a great extent, as it gives employment to many. Cultivation permits application of modern technological aspects such as mutation, polyploidy, and hybridization. Using cultivation, you can create a new hybrid, a new variety of plant. Also, you can check for some changes which occur naturally, that is mutation. The high cost of cultivation drugs and losses due to ecological imbalances such as storms, earthquakes, floods, droughts, etc. is a major disadvantage of cultivation because the cost of these cultivated drugs is high as compared to the wild sources. Now, there are two main methods of cultivation of drugs. First is methods of propagation, second is methods of irrigation. Let's start with the methods of propagation. Propagation can be done by two methods. First is sexual method and second being asexual method. Sexual method is also known as seed propagation. In this, the plants are raised from seeds and the new plants that are formed are known as seedlings. Advantages of sexual method are it is a simple and easy method of propagation of plants. Some of the species of trees or ornamental plants or vegetables which cannot be propagated vegetatively can be propagated by this method. For example, tomato which is grown with the help of seeds. Next, new variety of crops can be developed by sexual method of propagation. The plants propagated by sexual method are long-lived and are resistant to water stress because seeds store a large amount of water in them. Then, seeds can be transported and stored for a longer time of propagation, so there is no shelf life excuse that the seed will get deteriorated or the quality of the drug will decrease. Disadvantages of sexual method of propagation. Plants that are propagated by sexual method requires long period of fruiting. Then they grow very high, so they cannot be cultivated in a fixed area or in intercultural practices. The plants which have no seeds cannot be propagated by this method. Then characteristics of seedlings that are propagated by sexual method are not genetically true to the type of their mother plant. That is, they do not resemble to their mother plants completely. Next method of propagation is asexual method or vegetative propagation. In this, we use the vegetative parts of the plant such as stem or roots. They are placed in such an environment that they get all the conditions necessary for the growth and develop into a new plant. Advantages of vegetative propagation are inferior quality fruit plants can be converted into good quality plants because you provide them all the necessary nutrients. Then, the vegetative propagation also helps to alter the size of the plant, that is, it gives dwarfing effect. This is useful in the harvesting techniques, which is also economical. The vegetative way propagated plants bears fruits early as compared to the sexually propagated plants. It also encourages disease-resistant plants formation. Also, the horticultural crops which do not produce viable seeds are propagated by this method. The disadvantages of asexual method of propagation are that no new variety can be developed by this method because no reproduction occurs in the plant. Second, it is an expensive method of propagation because you have to create an indoor space which have all the necessary requirements and also requires specialized skills. The lifespan of vegetatively propagated plants is short as compared to the sexually propagated plants. As all the plants are homozygous, the whole plantation may get attacked by a particular pest or disease. That is, they are not very much resistant to a particular type of attack. Also, the viral diseases can be transferred through vegetative parts very easily and quickly. Our next method of cultivation is method of irrigation. First in this comes the hand watering method, the method by which you can irrigate the plant properly. As you see that in your gardens you use certain equipment with which you can easily water them. As it is also shown in the picture, you can easily water your plants. Second is flood watering. As you must have seen in the farms that there are certain spaces in the farm where the crops are grown so that water can easily pass if there is a flood. Next method of irrigation is boom watering. In this, you grow your crop in a certain space and it has a shelf over it from which the water is supplied as a boom. Then drip irrigation. The crops are grown and the pipes or the water supply is done so that the water does not come as a splash but drop by drop as a drip. Next method is sprinkler irrigation, which you must have observed in the areas nearby. There are sprinklers placed all over the farms which gives efficient supply of the water. That was all about the cultivation of crude drugs. I hope you must have understood it well. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home.